Hello my friends, today I'm going to do a review on the Glock 41. The Glock 41 is Glock's 45 ACP competition pistol. Let me tell you a little bit about it. I'll tell you 5 things I like and the 5 things that I don't like about this gun. The first thing I like about this gun, that it is chambered in the 45 ACP. I have the privilege of claiming Jonathan Browning as my great uncle. Jonathan Browning Sr. also made guns, but his son, Junior, invented the 45 ACP. And so I get to, claim a little bit of family relationship there, which I like. John Browning Jr. was a cool dude. My understanding is the military needed a caliber that one hit, the enemy was down. And so Jonathan Browning came up with the 45 ACP. The 45 ACP is a large diameter caliber. It's about 11.43 millimeters, as opposed to like a 9 millimeter, which is 2.43 millimeters smaller in diameter. The bigger diameter allows more of the energy to be transferred into the person receiving the bullet. The wider the diameter, the more the energy transfer, the more shock it does to the person, and the more effective it is at making that person go down. Too much power and the bullet goes through the person, and so there's energy not deposited into that person, so that's a waste of energy. He wanted a slow moving bullet that transferred all the energy into the bad guy. It is an incredibly effective round for stopping. Now, people say, well, police are going to 9 millimeter, including the FBI. They're ditching 40 caliber, 45 caliber to go to the 9 millimeter. Well, you know what? Don't pay attention to what the police do, because the police have to take factors into play that you and I don't have to. For example, the police have to carry a gun that people that weigh 100 pounds, frail people that weigh 100 pounds, are able to qualify with. Now, a 100-pound person can definitely qualify on this pistol, 45 ACP, but it may take a heck of a lot more work. They may have to put a couple thousand rounds through this before they can qualify. And the police, when they're trying to get people through police academy and get people qualified and stay qualified, they don't want their officers to have to go through 2,000 rounds of ammunition before they can qualify. They want a quick qualification period. So 9 millimeter, for many reasons, 9 millimeter works best for the police, and all the different factors they have to take into place. But if you want a caliber that just stops the bad guy, 45 is it. There is no debate. 45 is the caliber to stop the bad guy. I don't care about 9 millimeter plus P. They don't compare. I've crunched the numbers and looked at the research. Those don't compare to what the 45 ACP can do. 45 ACP will absolutely do more damage to the bad guy than any readily available 9 millimeter cartridge. End of story. Let's not talk about this anymore. It's done. The debate's over. Tests are in. Debate's over. 45 is the best, as long as you can manage the recoil, which is not that bad. Number 2 thing I like about this gun. A standard 1911 holds 8 rounds, right? This holds 13. This gun holds 5 more rounds than the standard 1911 magazine. Number 3 thing I like about this gun. The long 8.78 inch slide gives a greater distance between the front sight and the rear sight, and that makes for better accuracy. When you have a shorter distance between the front sight and the rear sight, it takes less movement to have a greater difference in your target picture. That makes a difference in accuracy. If you can stretch this out longer, it makes it easier to acquire and maintain target and be accurate. 4th thing I like about this is this Glock weighs about 36.5 ounces, right around there, fully loaded. Which is a whole 2 ounces lighter than the Glock 21. The way they do that is a slightly thinner barrel and a slightly thinner slide. They're able to shave off some weight even though it's longer, and thus making this actually a little bit easier to carry than your Glock 21. I actually like that. That's a good thing. I like it when my pistols are light enough to where they're not pulling down my pants by the belt. This weighs, again, 2 ounces lighter than the Glock 21. The 5th thing I like about this pistol, and I say this about all the Glocks, it's so simple. It's simple to operate, it's simple to take apart, simple to clean. No super small parts that you're going to lose. The safety is all internal. You don't have to worry about taking off the safety. The safety is automagical. That's good. In a fight, the less things you have to think about, the more you can focus on your target. When it comes to an emergency right now where it's go time, you don't need bells and whistles. If you're an assassin, you can have bells and whistles because you can, prepare. You know when you're going to pull the trigger. When you're a self-defender, you don't know when you're going to have to pull that trigger. You don't want bells and whistles, you just want simplicity, and that's what Glock offers. That's something I absolutely love about Glock. Those are 5 things I like. I'm going to tell you 5 things I don't like about this pistol. The first thing I don't like about this pistol, the trigger absolutely sucks. This is a long trigger pull. It's a grindy trigger pull. It's a heavy trigger pull. It sucks. Glock has, in my opinion, one of the worst trigger pulls of any popular semi-automatic pistol on the market. Shame on Glock. They could do better, okay? Glock, you need to fix your trigger. Listen to me, Glock, you need to fix your trigger. Your trigger sucks. Number 2 thing I hate about this gun, I know I say this all the time with all the Glocks. It's made out of plastic. It's got a plastic frame. I hate plastic frames, okay? I need a metal frame. Don't ask me why. I just like the feel of putting a metal framed pistol in my hand and shooting it. Feels a lot better than shooting a plastic pistol. It almost feels like a toy. So yeah, don't like it, not a big fan. Number 3 thing I hate about the Glock 41, it doesn't have a hammer. What does that mean? Big whoop-de-doo, it doesn't have a hammer. The reason I like a hammer on my pistols is because it gives me the option to shoot the pistol as a single action. That means I've got a very short and crisp trigger pull before it fires. Glock is a pure double action that makes for a poor shooting experience. The 4th thing I don't like about this is that being that it is a 45 caliber pistol, it kicks too hard for some people. I'm perfectly fine with how hard it kicks. I don't mind it at all. I can require the target just like that. Some smaller framed people steer clear of the 45 because they don't feel like they can quickly require the target. I think that's just a matter of practice. You can be an 80-pound person. If you get enough practice, you can handle this gun just fine. Okay, now the 5th thing I don't like about this pistol, there isn't one. There's only 4 things. If I should have included something else negative about this pistol, put it in the comments below. It's actually really hard for me to find more than 2 or 3 things that I don't like about the Glock pistols. They're great guns. I'm not a Glock fanboy because of all the things that I listed that I do not like with this pistol. I would absolutely be comfortable using this pistol to defend myself and my family against the bad guy. Now let's go shoot this gun, okay? We're gonna do the water penetration test on this Glock. We're gonna be using these Winchester Defenders. These 230 grain cartridges will be traveling 920 feet per second at the muzzle. So let's see how many gallons of water it can penetrate. I think it'll penetrate maybe at the most 3. It will not go into the 4th one. Here's what the cartridge looks like, a little hollow point. I love it. I got wide again. This time not as much as with the when I did it with the 10mm. Let's go see how far it penetrated, okay? 1, 2, and 3. It's in the 4th one. I didn't think it'd penetrate as much as the 10mm. Holy cow, that's crazy. Holy cow, that is one of the most beautiful flowers I've ever seen come from a hollow point. That's crazy. And it's jagged at the end. I hope I never get hit by one of these. It's always fun to shoot watermelon, but right now I can only find baby watermelons. So with the Winchester Defender, let's shoot 4 baby watermelons and see what happens. I'm pretty sure it'll blow up all 4 in one shot. So let's do it. Well, it blew up the first one and put a hole in the last one. So it went through all of them. And that was a pretty big hole in the last one. Interesting. So basically we're going to shoot a couple metal targets down there, a couple metal targets here. These are all 1 layer of metal targets, and then this one's a 3-layer metal target, a couple bricks and a rock with the 45 ACP. That was a blast. This 45 is pretty powerful. I love shooting it. About as much as the Glock 40, my 10mm. But this, I'm just using the iron sights. My other one, my Glock 40, I got the red dot. But anyway, I love this.